Most people turn on OneDrive's camera upload and hope for the best, but miss the settings and features that actually keep photos sorted, searchable, and easy to find. Once you get the hang of these, OneDrive becomes one of the easiest ways to organize and enjoy your phone photos. In this video, I'm going to show you the best way to organize your photos using OneDrive, which has improved so much over the last few years. It's actually now a pretty good photo tool. By the time we finish, your OneDrive will be backing up your photos and keeping them organized with minimal effort from you. And make sure you stay with me right to the end, because I've got a bonus tip that solves one of the biggest OneDrive frustrations, especially if you're running out of space on your laptop. It's a tiny setting, but it makes managing a photo library and your whole OneDrive so much easier. Step 1. Set up camera upload the right way. Before you do anything clever, you want new photos landing in the right place automatically. If you still rely on manually copying things from your phone to your computer, that's usually where things start to go wrong. OneDrive's camera upload feature quietly sends everything from your phone into your OneDrive account, so you're not constantly wondering what's backed up and what isn't.
iPhone. On the iPhone, open up the OneDrive app and tap your profile icon in the top left. Then go to Settings and Camera Upload. Turn on Camera Upload and turn on to include videos if you want those backed up too. Look for the option to organize by date as well. This is really important. Make sure it uses the month so that when it uploads your photos, it will put everything in a nice year-month structure. Android. On an Android, open up the OneDrive app and tap your profile icon. Go to Settings and then Camera Upload and turn on Camera Upload. Turn to include videos and again, choose the option at the bottom about organizing your photos. You need to select year and month so your camera roll doesn't become one giant bucket of files.
From this point on, new photos will be backed up and dropped into a sensible date-based structure without you having to think about it. Step 2. Filter OneDrive so you only see your photos. Once OneDrive starts backing up your camera roll, the next challenge is to actually be able to see your photos without all the digital clutter getting in the way. OneDrive holds everything: documents, PDFs, downloads, shared files. And if you don't filter your view, it's very easy for real memories to get lost among hundreds of random images your computer has collected over the years. Things like app icons, email attachments, or social media downloads can quickly make your photo view feel overwhelming. That's why this step is all about cleaning up the visual noise. OneDrive now gives you better control over which images appear in the photo section, so you can focus purely on the pictures that matter, the ones you intentionally backed up from your phone. When you apply the correct filters, OneDrive shows you a much clearer, more meaningful picture of your photo library, grouped neatly by date and without all the extra files you don't need to see.
On your web browser. On your web browser, open up OneDrive and go to the Photos toggle at the top and then the Gallery section. In the filter in the top right, make sure OneDrive is pulling from your Pictures folder only and not the entire OneDrive, so you only see your camera uploads. On your phone. On your mobile, open up OneDrive and tap to toggle to the Photos area at the top. You'll see everything grouped by date, which is much easier than browsing by folder. Then tap the filter option in the top right and go to More Options. Select the Pictures folder so all you're getting are your actual photos.
The aim here is simple. When you're organizing photos, you should only see photos that you want to see, nothing else competing for your attention. Step 3. Turn on facial recognition. OneDrive has quietly reintroduced one of its most helpful photo organizing tools, facial recognition. It disappeared a few years ago, but it's now making its way back into personal OneDrive accounts. And if you haven't seen it yet, don't worry. Microsoft has been rolling it out gradually. When it's available, it becomes a huge time saver because it can automatically group photos of the same person together. Instead of scrolling endlessly or guessing which folder a picture might be in, you can jump straight to every photo of mum, every photo of the kids, or every photo of a particular family member in seconds. But there is a catch. This feature is only offered on certain account types, so not everyone will see it right away. It's designed for personal use, which means it shows up in home accounts only, not work or school accounts, and not on devices managed by organizations. So if you're using a corporate laptop and think, why don't I have these options? It's almost certainly because your account doesn't support the enhanced photo features. As a breakdown, you will have facial recognition if you use a personal Microsoft account, so Outlook or Hotmail, OneDrive standalone, and a Microsoft 365 personal or family subscriptions. But you won't see it if you're on a work or school Microsoft 365 account, a SharePoint-based storage, or a device managed by your company or admin. If your account does support it, here's how to switch it on.
On your web browser. On your computer on a web browser, go to the Pictures area and then select the Settings gear in the top right. Then Settings, then over on the left-hand side, select Photos. Toggle on the People section to allow it to identify people. On your phone. On your phone, currently on my Android phone, the setting is not there to change, but on your iPhone, open up the OneDrive app and sign in with your account. Tap the person in the top left of your screen, tap Settings, and then the People section, and toggle on to use AI to find and organize photos.
Once you've labeled a few people, searching becomes so much easier. You can pull up every photo of someone instantly, no matter when or where it was taken, without digging through folders or scrolling for ages. Step 4, use moments and favorites to find your best photos. Now that's the basics in place, it's time to find the photos you actually love, not just everything that's ever landed in your camera roll. OneDrive has a few tools that help you do this without having to scroll endlessly. First, we have Moments. It does exactly what it says it does. It highlights your moments in your photos. It's not as sophisticated as Apple or Google Photo Memories, who have curated moments, but it's a decent way to find key moments in your photos, as OneDrive will group photos into story-like chunks around dates, locations, or events. This is a great way to quickly spot the highlights from holidays, a birthday, or a particular month. Also, another way to find your best photos is to favorite your photos.
As you browse, tap on photos that make you smile or that you'll know you'll want to use again, and favorite them with the star option as your best shots. On the web or your mobile, you can filter to favorites later using the options at the top, which gives you a ready-made shortlist of your top images.
This step is about curating, not deleting everything else. You're simply telling OneDrive, these are the photos that matter the most. If you're hearing these steps and realizing your photos are scattered everywhere, that's exactly what I help with inside my Photo Mess Success courses. I walk you through gathering your photos, removing duplicates, organizing them properly, and getting a reliable backup in place. You'll find out everything at photomesssuccess.co.uk, so head on over and join me. But for now, back to OneDrive. Step 5, create albums for the stories you want to revisit. Once your photos are backed up, sorted, and easier to browse, this is the moment when your OneDrive library starts to shift from being a storage system to something personal and enjoyable. Folders are a brilliant way of keeping everything structured behind the scenes, but they're not always the best way to experience your photos. Albums, on the other hand, are where the storytelling happens. They let you pull together the highlights from a holiday, a year of family memories, or a special project without touching or moving the original files at all. Good album ideas might be something like Summer Holiday 2024, Kids School Photos, Grandparents Archive, the best of the year, or a house renovation before and after. They're perfect for sharing with family members, building a best of highlight reel, or revisiting moments that would otherwise stay buried in date-based folders. And the nice thing is that OneDrive albums are flexible. The same photo can appear in multiple albums, so you can arrange memories in whatever way feels natural to you.
On your web browser. To create an album on the web, go to the Photos view. Select all the photos you want to put in an album with the little option in the top corner. At the bottom, select to Add to Album. Select to create a new album, give it a name, then click to create the album. If you then want to share that album, go to the album area and hover over the album so that you see that little share button. Then you can either copy the link or send invites. And like any shared item on OneDrive, you can control your sharing with settings, so you can add a password and an expiry date. On your phone. To create an album on your phone, in the Photos area, select the photos you want to add with a long tap and then select all the other ones that you want. At the bottom menu, scroll to select to Add to Album. Select to create a new album, give it a name, and tap OK. To share that album, go to the Albums area and select your album. Then there's the option to share at the top with a little icon or a prompt below the album name. Tap for the sharing options like an invite, a link. You can email it, WhatsApp, whatever you want.
Albums don't move the files, they just sit on top of your existing structure. That means that one photo can live in 2023-08 holiday as a file, but also appear in family holidays and best of 2023 as part of albums. Step 6. Edit your photos in OneDrive. Once your library feels organised and easy to browse, the next step is to give your photos a little polish. You don't need anything fancy for this. OneDrive actually includes a really capable set of editing tools that are perfect for everyday adjustments. Editing inside OneDrive also keeps everything in one place. Whether you're on your phone or sitting at your computer, the edits stay synced.
On your phone. On your phone in the OneDrive app, open up a photo and tap to edit in the bottom left-hand corner. You can start with some cropping, rotating and straightening. These alone can fix most wonky or cluttered shots. You can also do edits, so you can change the exposure to bright and darker photos and warmth to add a bit of vibrancy. Save your changes either to a copy or to the original so that if you want to go back, you can. On your web browser. On the web version of OneDrive, open up a photo in your browser and click Edit. Then you have some basic crop, rotate, you can change some color, you can do what you like. And if your account supports it, you may also see enhanced tools like filters. This gives you a simple, reliable editing workflow that fits neatly into your OneDrive system and helps your photos look just that little bit more polished without leaving the platform. But if you're on a personal Microsoft account with the newer photo features on the web, you might see a more advanced option that connect into Microsoft Designer. These can do things like remove objects, move subjects, erase distractions, or add effects to your photos. To get access, go to the Photos area of OneDrive and click the design icon in the top right. Here you'll find some tools that you can play with, like blurring the background, you can move stuff, you can remove stuff, you can add effects and styles. But if you just have a basic account, you will need AI credits or a higher level of Microsoft 365 plan to be able to use some of the fancier tools. If you're on a work or school account, you won't see them at all. That's normal and it's not something you can just toggle on yourself. Use these tools when you want to fix a really distracting element or create a more polished image, but don't feel like you have to use them for everything. The basic edits will be enough most of the time. Bonus tip: use OneDrive Files on Demand to save space. Now for that bonus tip I promised. As your photo library grows, it's really common to worry that all those images are taking up too much room on your computer. OneDrive has a brilliant feature called Files on Demand that keeps your photos and all your other files too visible on File Explorer, but without actually storing the files on your hard drive. Everything still looks exactly where you expect it to be. The difference is that images only download when you open them. Mac. On your Mac, click on the OneDrive icon in the icon area at the top. Then go to the Settings cog, then Preferences, and make sure Files on Demand is selected. PC. On your PC, go to the OneDrive icon in the icon tray, select the Settings cog and then Settings again. Under Sync and Backup, then go to the Advanced Settings and under Files and Demands, select Free Up Disk Space, and it will put your files back up to the cloud ready for when you need them.
This one setting is a lifesaver if you have a large photo archive or a laptop with limited storage. It means you can organize thousands of photos in OneDrive without filling up your device and still have quick, easy access to everything whenever you need it. So that's the best way to organize your photos using OneDrive. Simple and easy, so you can actually start enjoying your photos and not worrying about if they are backed up, and you can actually find them. If you would like to up your photo organizing game and find all your duplicates with a clear and easy tool, then check out this video all about deduplication tools. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more photo organizing tips. Have fun rediscovering your memories. I'll see you in my next video.